This is Phase Ed Music. This is Phase Ed Music.
All right. Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is this microphone on? Can you all see me? But, as always, most importantly, can you all hear me? What's going on, people? What's up? What's happening? Alright, sorry about that. I just had to check the YouTube stream real quick on my phone to make sure that all the audio levels were good. Because I noticed with the past couple of streams we've been doing, as I've had like the background music, it was kind of overpowering the audio. So I wanted to make sure that it's at least like ambiance. You know what I'm saying? You can hear it in the background, but it's not overpowering what I'm saying. So we should be good to go for this stream right here. But let's see. Let me just pop out this chat right quick. Let me go do that. Put y'all to the side. Alrighty. But what's going on, people? What's up? I'm seeing a lot of homies in the chat. Shout out Snorlax, my homie Chris, Ryan with the eye emojis. We got Chuck is chillin'. We got Jaziel Hernandez, Leo, Corded, Issa Name. It's a name, but I'm gonna call you Issa because you know, you like I said, you like my coworker at work, man. We got Mist in the chat. We got Brad, Asbel Lant. What up? We got Fame. Neo Fame. What's going on, brother? What's up? Fame, that's my brother from another. We taking the same type of profile pictures according to One Jack Move Johnny. But it's good to see you, Fame. Hope you and the fam doing well. We got Zashi. We got Flame. Oh no, it's Flame. Oh God. This dude Flame, he coming in here to bully me yet again, man. But shout out to Flame. We got Angel in the chat. Atlanta, what's going on, bro? We got Deebs, Alpha TY, and then the homie Shadow Wolf 712. He didn't even write no comment. He just came in with that super chat. $2 super chat coming in from my homie Danny. Bucks versus Hawks, game 6. Who you got? So it's gonna piss you off, bro. But I'm gonna be honest. If I had to pick between the teams, just based off the Bucks and their history, I'm gonna have to go with the Hawks. I'm gonna have to go with the Hawks simply because every single time, you know this, man, being a fan of Wisconsin sport teams, every single time that we get up to there, something happens. Whether it's in the semifinals or the finals, like it's just like within reach, but we don't got it. So, like, my gut is telling me it's going to be the Hawks, even though Bucks have been very fucking solid this season. For those who don't understand what we're talking about basketball. But yeah, man, I just something about the Hawks, man. I have a feeling. Oh God, of course Atlanta's like, yes. But yeah, I'm just saying the Hawks, bro. I'm just saying, because there's gonna be something going on with the Bucks. It's gonna fuck everything up like it does every year. And then we just gonna go back to the drawing board. But you know, eventually we're gonna get there. We're gonna get the championship, bro. But yeah, I appreciate that super chat, Danny. Thank you, bro. What's going on, Game Addict? What's up, Be Like, Jamal Harris? Oh man, dude, I'm saying this right now just so I can prematurely jinx myself, because every single time I say something, I jinx myself, man. So by me saying let's go Hawks, inadvertently it might give the Bucks the win they need. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Either way, I feel like I still win in this scenario, whether the Hawks come out on top or the Bucks come out on top, you know. But yeah, man, that's that. I got a weird feeling another major player is gonna get injured soon. It's not to jinx anything, but it's about time. You know what I'm saying? It's about time. Let's see. You tried that Neo: The World Ends With You demo yet? Oh, shit, Asbel. Of course I got to, man. That's a game based off my likeness that I am not receiving any royalties over. Do not worry, my lawyers will be in touch. But yeah, I did try out the Neo: World Ends With You, and I enjoyed what I played. I'm gonna be honest though, I did not finish the entirety of the demo because I already knew just playing it, the vibe, the aesthetic, the battles I got into, it's gonna be a day one cop for me, which is one of the things I was worried about. So I'm just gonna go into this blind. You know, I don't know what the general consensus is from people in the community as far as that's concerned. I've heard positive things, like people really enjoyed it. So that's a good thing. I'm not going into it blind and then just being like, damn it, Square Enix, you suckered me again. But yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Let's see. Have you tried out the new Halo Master Chief Collection update? It added custom game browser and custom servers. I have not gotten a chance to, Nick, especially multiplayer wise. I've been doing more campaigns on Halo since my boy just picked up a Series X, and we're going through every single one of the Halo campaigns. So what we're going to do is after each campaign, we're going to play like a couple of hours of that game's respective multiplayer. So we're on Combat Evolved right now. After that, we're going to do that multiplayer and then, you know, progress until we get to the greatness that is Halo Reach's multiplayer. I know all the Halo 5 fans are typing in their keyboard, unsubbing right now, but I fucking love Halo Reach multiplayer, man. I love that shit. That's the one I vibe with the most. Like for some people it's 2, for some people it's 3, for others it's 5, but I love Halo Reach, man. Hawks in 7. I don't trust the Bucks. Hey, Narukami, I'm just saying, man, something about to happen. Every single time, man, every single time, I think that either it's the Packers or the Bucks where we're just so close and then just gets yanked away from us. Let's see. You gonna play Sonic Colors? Yes, I actually am going to check that out once the remaster drops. I don't know if I'll get it day one, but I really did enjoy my time with Sonic Colors when I first played it, so I'm definitely going to pick it up at some point. I'll be the one dislike Neo. Oh yeah, leave it to you, Flame. I just automatically assume every dislike is Flame, because Flame will dislike the video and then donate super chat, so it's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. Fuck the Olympics today. Did you see the shit they did with the swimming caps? Yeah, I did, bro. Like I said, the Olympics, that whole committee is just so fucking weird, dude. Like, it's just so fucking weird. What do they think? The swimming caps are gonna give the swimmers an advantage? Oh yeah, totally, man. All the aerodynamics and shit. Let's see. After seeing your video about the Series S, I got one for my desk setup. Thanks, man. Oh, that's awesome. Be like, yeah, the Series S, it's a dope secondary console. Like, I didn't think I would like it as much as I am, but you know, considering I have my Series X at home base, I just put the Series S in different rooms in the house. So right now it's currently downstairs in the family room. So whenever I get bored of gaming here, I just go downstairs, plop down on the couch, play it on the big screen. And every now and then, as weird as this sounds, if I ever do want to game with my Xbox on my nice monitor, I just bring the Series S over here and I just plug it in and it just runs beautifully, man. So having a Series S in the house in addition to a Series X is pretty cool. Hey, what's going on, Logan? How you doing, old man? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Are you beating all the Halo campaigns on Legendary? No, so we're going through, because like I said, he's a Halo noob. He's never played Halo before, so I don't want someone's first time playing Halo being introduced to it on Legendary. I mean, it'd be a baller thing if your first time playing through all the Halos, for the, like, not in their heyday, I'm talking like now, would be on Legendary. But considering he's new to this shit, we're just going to play them on regular. And for some of the other ones, like definitely Halo 3 and onwards, we might experiment with doing different playthroughs on Legendary. Like I might bring back the boys and just like old times, man, just go through them. Because I haven't gone through all of the campaigns on the Master Chief Collection. I did them on the OG 360, but Master Chief Collection, I didn't do that. So if I do want to go for the achievements on MCC Legendary, I'll have to consider going for other playthroughs. Oh, shout out to JetLife504 with the 199 super chat. Yo, Neo, what do you think about this Final Fantasy 9, this 15 FPS though? Final Fantasy 9 is one of my favorite Final Fantasies of all time. It's my personal favorite of the PlayStation 1 era. Honestly, to me, it is the quintessential. To me, Final Fantasy 9 was the last time we got a great Final Fantasy game in the Final Fantasy sense of the word. Like, we've had some since that are good, but 9 definitely brought it back to basics in terms of story, in terms of setting, in terms of characters, and it's just beautiful, man. I think it was the last Final Fantasy game we got that had a really fulfilling beginning, middle, and end to it. Everything since then has been kind of weird. But yeah, I love Final Fantasy 9, dude. I do want to replay it, but I have way too many things in my backlog right now to spare another Final Fantasy 9 playthrough. But it's fantastic. If you guys have not played it, it's on damn near every console that exists. It's on the Switch, it's on Xbox, it's on PlayStation. So you'll really get a good thing. And it's out of all the PS1 Final Fantasy games, that's the one that's aged the best. So it's not going to be too, like when you play Final Fantasy 7, it has not aged well at all. I mean, that game is legendary in its own right, but there's definitely some things about it that you kind of have to go into it knowing that this is a game that came out in 1997. But 9, on the other hand, just feels very modern, if that makes sense. It's very strange. Let's see. Dead Space 1 remake split into 3 parts, each costing $30 each. Oh no, don't give EA any ideas with that, Luis. Do not do that, please. I'm replaying Reach's campaign. Easily the best campaign that isn't 3. Facts. Reach's campaign is awesome, dude. It's one of the rare times a prequel is very good. Halo Reach multiplayer 2 supreme. I don't care what y'all say. Halo Reach multiplayer of the 360 was the place to be. It was, man. That was, because here's the thing. I got Halo 3 2 years after it came out, because that's when I had my 360. And I mean, I enjoyed it, but you know, Reach was my first time, because I remember I got Reach for Christmas that year. That was my first time diving into Halo multiplayer officially with everybody else, and that was just my first time, man. I loved it. I still got mad respect for Halo 3, but something about Reach is just, I love it. Unpopular opinion, Final Fantasy X is the GOAT. No, Final Fantasy X is a great game. Don't get me wrong. I just have some issues with the story, but it's a good game. It's one of the better RPGs on the PS2. $5 coming in from Flame. Why you got to think I'm mean to you? Winky face. Writing for the Lords today, so it's not like I can fully go all in. By the way, you see PlayStation buys the PC port dev. Yeah, we're actually going to talk about that later today, Flame. That's one of the few. Well, actually, there's a lot of shit that happened this week, but yeah, that's definitely one of them. But yeah, good luck to you on the writing today, man. Let's see. I'm going down the list, guys, so bear with me if I don't answer everything immediately. But what's up to all the people in the chat? If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure y'all hit that like button. It helps out the channel tremendously. Let's see. Browsing Amazon to try to find something to buy. Any recommendations? I don't know if they're still on sale, but the Seven Samurai by Akira Kurosawa, the Criterion Collection, is on sale right now. I think for like $30. And I scooped that yesterday because I didn't own it on the Criterion Collection for whatever reason. And now I do own it. So yeah, there's that. What else to buy? I would say like upgrade any of like the tech products in your house. Like I upgraded all of my surge protectors and I bought new ones. So that's really awesome because they're not smart surge protectors, but they're surge protectors that have like fast charging and shit in them. So that's awesome. If you have smart devices, you just plug the USB cable in there. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Let's see. I got my Series X yesterday, and all I can say is that's $500 well spent. Congratulations, Game Addict. Yeah, anyone who gets a hold of a next generation console this year is a winner, man. So congratulations to anybody who copped like PlayStation 5s, Xboxes recently, because I'm seeing some restocks. I've been playing Dark Souls 3, just finished Ethereal and beat Pontiff on my first try. Ooh, kudos, man. Good shit, good shit. You should finish it because your data carries over. Yeah, that was the one thing that kept me from not deleting it, Jay. So for those who are wondering what I'm talking about, The World Ends With You, well, Neo, The World Ends With You, the demo, has save data progression. So everything you do in the demo transfers over to the main game. But I don't know. It depends, though, because depending on how much time like this demo really is, I don't mind just like starting a whole new game. You get what I'm saying? Unless there's like some super secret stuff that you get for playing the demo. I just ran through the Halo campaigns for the first time a few weeks ago. My rankings would be Halo 5, Halo 3, Halo 4, Halo Reach, Halo 3 ODST, Halo 2, Halo Combat Evolved. That's an interesting list. Halo 5 is the top of your list? Are we... Really? No. Are you serious? You gotta write an essay for that one, man, because Halo 5, that campaign was... Oof. Jesus, that thing was booty. Are we due for another Xbox FPS Boost? Yeah, it's been a few months, Deebs. It's been a few months. I thought they would say something at E3, like just randomly announce, hey, we have new FPS Boost games, but we haven't. So we'll see what comes this month. Hopefully they do boost a lot more of like the coveted titles, like Max Payne 3, the Batman Arkham games, things like that. I would love to see that shit, man. Hey, what's going on, Havoc? How you doing, brother? How you doing? And shout out to all the new people joining in. I'm seeing you guys as I read the comments, so I just want to make sure you know that I know you're watching. I'm doing good, Smoke Bag. Good to see you, man. Cyberpunk actually works better on PS5 now. Yeah, like 7 months later. And even then, that shit still ain't that smooth, man. I'm gonna wait till next year when that game is fixed, bro. How does Halo Master Chief Collection play on the Series X? It plays really fucking good, man. I mean, they're really old games, so they're optimized very well, so you get really good frame rates, resolutions. They do a lot of good work on that shit, all for free. I bought a Series... I love the Series S since I bought one for my girlfriend, and we're playing It Takes Two currently. Oh, that's dope, dude. Yeah, if I definitely had a girlfriend who was into gaming, I would buy her a Series S just to keep in her house so I could go over and play, or we can play co-op stuff together. But yeah, I've never dated a girl that's been into video games. Like, that's never been my prerogative. Like, I need to have a girl who's into video games. But even all the relationships I've been in, they just don't, like, you know, it's like they don't mind learning the game, but it's like one of those things that just never sticks. You know what I'm saying? It's not like one of those things that, okay, I don't know what I'm doing, but if you teach me, I'll learn and I'll become better. It was one of those situations where I would teach you and you just didn't really care. You were just doing it because I don't know, you wanted to make me happy in the relationship. You know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't want to have to keep teaching you. I want it to be something like, okay, I'll teach you if you want to play, but if you don't want to play, I'm not going to force you. You get it? Bro, Ghost of Tsushima is top tier, and as a PS4, soon-to-be PS5 user, it hurts my soul I have to pay an extra $10 if I buy the Director's Cut on PS4 and want to upgrade it to the PS5's version. Greedy Sony. Yeah, we're going to talk about that as well, Alan. The whole Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut situation. CP3 finally getting that ring this year. Neither Eastern team is beating the Suns. It's looking pretty good, Reed. It's looking pretty good, man. You saw what fucking Pat Bev did? That cornball ass shit. I was like, bro, come on now. Just got the Ezio collection. The remastered versions of these games are amazing. However, I know they were remastered only 5-6 years ago, but I think they should remake Assassin's Creed 1 to Revelations. Yeah, I was surprised we did not get an Assassin's Creed 1 remake, because, you know, out of all the games in Ubisoft's repertoire, I think they would want to remake that one because it's just so dated by comparison to all the other ones, even 2. You know, and it wasn't one of the better Assassin's Creeds if you look at it. But if I'm being real, I don't need Ubisoft to do anything with any games these days that isn't Splinter Cell or Rayman. I'm just, none of their games do it for me, man. Like, Rainbow Six Siege is arguably the only game in the repertoire that I find interesting. Everything else is just, it's okay. Like, Far Cry, looks like another fucking Far Cry game. Oh, great. Assassin's Creed, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just miss the diversity in Ubisoft. Every game is the fucking same now, dude. Like, stop it. Have you ever tried Scarlet Nexus? I have. I'm actually playing it right now. Just started Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition on Game Pass, and this game is fire, Neo. Oh, it's a great game, man. It's one of the better Tales games. Destiny 2 on Xbox is unreal. Oh, yeah, when you play Destiny 2 on the new consoles, oh, God, that FPS boost. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm surprised it took them this long to get Destiny to 60 frames on a console. Like, not even on the PS4 Pro or Xbox One X. They didn't even have 60 frames, to my understanding. But what's going on with all the new people in the chat? What's up, y'all? What's up? Hey, Mav! What's going on, Mr. Fun Speculation? What's going on, my guy? You getting ready for your own podcast in a little bit, bro. That's what I'm talking about. This man has a whole podcast to run in an hour, but he's coming in and showing love. Shout out, if you guys haven't heard by now, check out the Xbox Ultimate Podcast held over on Fun Speculations channel. He's over here in the chat. You got a great group of people over there, the Magnificent Seven. And they're just all around cool dudes, man. They be talking about some good stuff. Be careful about that guy Mav, though, because even though I love him, I got love for him. He's the homie. This man eats plain animal crackers, man. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know if I want this man around my kids. I feel like if I let this man watch my kids, he gonna feed them Raisin Bran, and they're gonna be scarred for life. Cause ain't no kid of mine eating Raisin Bran unless I'm punishing them. But shout out to the homie Mav. Love you, bro. Let's see. Need something new to play right now, to be honest. I love Fire Emblem Three Houses, but 9 runs is probably enough. Damn, son, you play this shit 9 times? I'm barely on my second playthrough. Because that's the thing. I would love to go and finish all the different campaigns and stories in that game. But then again, there are also other games that I have to play that have completely different stories. So, it's so tempting, but yeah, you know. The only game I think I'd really do multiple runs and playthroughs is like Nier Automata. Just because there's so many different routes and endings and stories, and that's how you get depressed. Yeah, they boosted like 80 something games with the last update. So I hope they do a lot of them, man. I love this comment. You better start writing that 1,000 to 2,000 word essay explaining why the fuck Halo 5 is your favorite campaign, or I'm taking the system you play on away. Dude, give me a 10,000 word essay. 2,000 words? Oh, shit. 10,000 word essay on why you love. You know what? It'll probably take him more time to write that essay than it would take to beat the Halo 5 campaign. That's all I gotta say. Hey, Corey Gryffindor, what's up, bro? What's up, Chris? On my lunch, and I finished my redraw of oh, yes. That's all I'm talking about, Corey. That's awesome, bro. You post that shit on IG? Because I haven't really been on IG today, so I haven't seen it. Conquer Live and Reloaded coming to Games of Gold. Well, congratulations for the one good game on Games of Gold in like 40 years. Man, Games of Gold, bro, dude, I know Game Pass is a thing, but bro, they gotta step their fucking game up with that Games of Gold, because that shit is tragic, bro. PlayStation over here, and this is the one thing I gotta say. Yes, Xbox wants to pimp out Game Pass. We understand that. We get it. But at the same time, man, Game Pass is more expensive than regular Xbox Gold. Whereas PlayStation still puts some banger games on PlayStation Plus. Like next month, they're giving you a Plague Tales Innocence for PS5. They're giving you Black Ops 4. And they're giving you that WWE Battlegrounds game. You know? And then a couple months beforehand, they had some fire shit. And it's depressing, man. Oh. Disgaea 6 is lit. Oh, that's awesome, dude. That's awesome. I got love for Disgaea, but I haven't really played Disgaea since I bought 5 on the Switch. And that was the last time I played it, like 3 years ago. $2 super chat coming in from Flame. Went ahead and liked, but someone else disliked. Oh, man. You see? That's perfectly balanced right there. Plain animal crackers is where it's at. Love you too, man. Hey, man, listen, I can only agree with half of that sentence. I'll let you figure out which one. Oh, let's see. We got a $9.99 super chat coming in from the homie John McKinney. Good to see you, bro. As many times as we've seen Lex Luthor in live action, why don't we ever see him in his battle suit? It's always annoyed me. Billy Zane or Jason Isaacs should have gotten that part, in my opinion. Well, to answer that question, bro, why we haven't seen Lex Luthor in the suit, honestly, I feel like, well, first things first, let's just get the elephant out of the room. DC, they don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. Like, the days of us getting comic accurate shit at DC, we're never gonna get that shit. We'll get comic accurate costumes, but in terms of everything else, it's like, nah, fuck that shit, bro. So they just haven't done anything in the Superman world right. And every single time we see like an inkling of, oh, that might be really good foundation, they just flush it down the toilet. So we haven't gotten Lex Luthor in his battle suit because we haven't gotten a good Lex Luthor in the modern era. Like, obviously back in the day they couldn't do that shit. Superman Returns was like the last time we saw Lex Luthor on the big screen, and that wasn't that great. And then now we had Jesse Eisenberg playing Lex Luthor Jr. and just until we actually get them to build a whole universe, it's never gonna happen. We're never gonna get that cool fucking shit, man. It's disappointing because it's right fucking there. The template is right there. We have how many fucking cartoons and DC can't get this shit right? Bro, that's what happens when you don't have a vision. Seriously. $5 super chat coming in from the homie Amazing JD. Gonna use this super chat to shout out this great man Neo. Make sure y'all like the stream. Oh, I appreciate you as always, Jason. That's my homie right there. Jason, it's kind of funny because like people don't believe me when I say I hang out with my subscribers all the fucking time. Jason and I, you know, like we chatted online through Facebook and everything, and then I randomly said, hey, yo, dude, you want to go see The Force Awakens? And he was just like, fuck it, yeah, because he live in Jersey, I live in New York. And so we did that, and then every single year since then, it's been a tradition to see a different movie in AMC Dolby Cinema, like that whole shit that they got going on. Dude, if you have an AMC theater near you that has AMC Dolby Cinema, it's one of the best experiences when watching a movie. Trust me on this, you guys. It is well worth the price of admission. But yeah, like I'm really fucking cool with all my subs, man. Like there have been like, I shit y'all not, I have a subscriber, saying a subscriber is fucking weird, but started out as a subscriber and then we became friends. He lives up in West Nyack, right? So, you know, up near like the Palisades and everything. And then like I was like, yo, bro, you want to grab some drinks? He's like, yeah, fuck it, man. So I drove up there, we got drinks, then we went to go see Mission Impossible, not Fallout, but the one before that. What was it? Ghost Protocol. Yeah, Ghost Protocol. And then we went back to his crib. We got high as fuck. We just chilled, man. It's fun, man. It's fun. Like I'm always down to meet up with my subs. You know, if you cool people, I'm cool with you. We hang out. We have a ball. You know what I'm saying? It was great. First time we met though was New York Comic Con. Unforgettable for me. Yeah, it was New York Comic Con. It was New York Comic Con. I remember that. It was New York Comic Con. But the first time we chilled was when we saw The Force Awakens, which was like what, 2 months later? It's crazy. But what's going on to all the new people in the chat? Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. How in the world are y'all doing? We have got about 73 people watching. Hope y'all are having a good weekend. What y'all got planned for this? I just remembered it's 4th of July weekend. The weather has not been 4th of July weekend prohibiting. Well, worthy anyways. It's going to be raining all weekend for the most part. At least that's what they say anyways. Me, myself, and I don't have any 4th of July plans this year. Like normally, you know, we get together, we have a barbecue and all that shit. But this year, everyone is like, let's just fucking chill, bro. Let's just chill. Let's just do something. So if anything, we're probably going to go ahead and probably just going to order some takeout, you know, buy a couple bottles, chill at the crib, watch some anime. That's what's probably going to happen. But yeah, to me, that's just a chill. Because if it's going to rain, I don't want to go ahead and have like an outdoor barbecue and set up the fucking tents and shit. Like, nah, bro. Nah, we keeping it low key. Neo mentioning getting high on this Christian live stream. Oh, simply, by the way, you're right. See, this is what happens when you're not here in the chat and you're being attentive. Sometimes we slip up, but that's just true. It's my birthday party tomorrow. Oh, it's your birthday tomorrow, Snorlax? Or this weekend or whatever. Happy birthday to you, my friend. Happy birthday. And many more. $4.99 super chat from John McKinney. Do you think Disney would do a better job with Star Wars if Michael Eisner were in charge? Honestly, I don't think Michael Eisner or Bob Iger or any of these people in charge have anything to do with why Star Wars is in the shape that it is. I think Star Wars is in the shape that it is because of Kathleen Kennedy. And no, not because of Kathleen Kennedy and her being a woman. I just think that her expertise was not applicable when running an entire company like Lucasfilm. You know, Lucasfilm is a production company. Like, they make a lot of shit, and you need to have somebody in that position who knows how to manage all that shit. And Kathleen Kennedy, like I said, she's a celebrated producer, but when you look at all the projects she's worked on that aren't attached to Steven Spielberg or her husband, it's like, what the fuck have you really done? So I just think that it was just poorly managed. It was poorly managed. She put her faith and her trust in the wrong people, and Star Wars has suffered as a result. And you see what happens when you have people like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau who have vision. They make shit happen. So Kathleen Kennedy just did not have proper vision in order to run all this shit. Bro, the sequel trilogy should have been the highest grossing movie trilogy of all time. It should have been... There's no reason in the world that fucking movies like Black Panther and all these other Marvel movies that have come out have dwarfed fucking Star Wars. Like, that's just, it does not make any sense to me whatsoever, especially considering Marvel movies didn't start getting that clout until 2012. Star Wars has like a 40-year lineage ahead of it. So yeah, Kathleen Kennedy definitely fumbled the bag as far as that's concerned. I don't think Star Wars is dead like a lot of these weirdos online say. Star Wars is doing just fine if you pay attention to other things in the medium. But yeah, man, movie wise, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens. I'm more interested in like what Kevin Feige has working on, what he's working on. Cause you know, he's going to be producing his own Star Wars movie, which is the right thing to do. He's not going to be overseeing everything. He's just going to be the main producer in charge and going ahead and picking the best talent. He's already got a writer he's going to work with. So I'm more interested to see what happens. $5 super chat coming in from Fun Speculation. Star Wars just didn't have the right person like Kevin Feige for Marvel. Exactly. Kevin Feige. Here's the thing a lot of people don't realize about Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige is a producer first, comic fan second. So while Kevin Feige has love for comics, like he's a nerd just like us. Like if you actually look at Kevin Feige interviews, he fucking geeks out on shit that regular people will be like, wait, what? But he's a producer first. And you want to know how he built this fucking empire? He did his due diligence. He was in the fucking trenches producing really shitty Marvel movies in the early 2000s. And that's how he worked his way up to starting the MCU and then getting complete control. Kathleen Kennedy, I don't know. I feel like she just hung around the right people in her life, and that's why she ended up in the position that she was in. That's literally all I see. And it has nothing to do with her being a woman. Like some people will say, yeah, it is. But I don't see anything about Kathleen Kennedy when you strip her away from her successful collaborators that makes you go, okay, run all of Lucasfilm. I never really saw that with her. So, I mean, that's part of the reason why Star Wars is in the shape that it is. Let's see. Shazam, Aquaman, Justice League, Snyder Cut, The Boys, or Jupiter Legacy. If I had to pick between all those, oh, definitely The Boys. Oh, The Boys is fucking phenomenal, man. If you guys have not checked out The Boys on Amazon, it's a great watch. But then after that, after The Boys, it would be Shazam, then Justice League, Snyder Cut, Aquaman, Cancer, Well Done Steak, and then Jupiter Legacy. Feige's first love is Star Wars as well. Yeah. You know, apparently, according to, like I said, I don't put too much stock in rumors, but apparently, according to some rumors, Kevin Feige wanted to work on the sequel trilogy. But considering he didn't have the Avengers clout just yet, when they were planning all these things in like 2012, they were just like, no, you just stay over there and do that Marvel stuff. Let the pros work on it. And then just look what fucking Kevin Feige did. He's now the head of Marvel everything, and then Disney is over here like, how the fuck did we... How? Hey, what's going on, Bree? What's up? Aquaman was dope. Aquaman was cool. Like, Aquaman, in my opinion, is the textbook definition of a comic book movie in terms of absurdities. But in terms of being a film, like, I felt like the acting was really poor. The writing was not great. But it still had a lot of... It had an identity. That's what I can say. It had an identity, and since it had an identity, I was able to overcome a lot of the other, like, you know, the faults of the film. But yo, James Wan went off the deep end and did some crazy shit that I am so surprised to this day that it actually happened. Let's get the likes up, people. Oh, I appreciate that, Smokeback. If you guys are enjoying the stream, make sure y'all hit that like button. Helps out the channel tremendously. Hey, Neo, I don't know if you saw my message on your Discord, but I am down to play Sea of Thieves at any time, bro. Oh, awesome, Lucky Diamond. I will definitely hit you up on that. Listen, if anybody wants to play Sea of Thieves with me, just hit me up in a DM on Discord, and I'll shoot y'all my gamer tag, because I need friends who play Sea of Thieves, because I have a whole bunch of my boys, but we're all noobs. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, so we just need like one solid person who knows what they're doing to guide us, because I am at a loss. I am at a loss. Let's see. Yo, did I miss anything? Each or I mean, we're just doing the regular talking stuff, so you know. Kathleen Kennedy, Bonnie Ross, maybe better people for their roles, and not because they are women, but the franchise have seen downtimes in their care. Yeah, Mav, that's 100% facts. And like I said, they would be better if they were in charge of different aspects of a business. Like me, myself, and I. You know, I like to think of myself as a good creative. I like to think of myself as a person who has really good ideas. But if you were to put me in charge of an entire production company that has so many moving parts and I have no experience, I'm just like, wait, what the fuck is going on here? Like, just because you're good at one aspect does not mean, like, okay, perfect example, speaking of Star Wars, Dave Filoni, I remember a lot of people since Clone Wars have said, like, Dave Filoni needs to run Lucasfilm, Dave Filoni needs to do this, blah, 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 and I'm like, Dave Filoni is an amazing creative. He is a Star Wars fan, and he knows how to translate that into media. However, Dave Filoni he's never run a production company. Dave Filoni, people have wanted him to work on Star Wars movies. Dave Filoni's never directed a movie and worked with actual, like, on-camera actors and staging and stuff like that. However, when The Mandalorian came around, he was working with Jon Favreau extensively, and they were able to work on the show from its conception, and Dave Filoni even got a chance to work on episodes as a director. And as you've seen, like, some of his episodes weren't the best, but as you progress into season 2, he did the Ahsoka stuff, and that was awesome. So he's getting his feet wet, and that's what I fucking love. Like, I love to see him gain that experience. So hopefully in a few years' time, maybe Dave Filoni will get to work on a Star Wars movie. But, you know, you've got to go through the process. You know, that's the thing about Hollywood is, unfortunately, the worst people fail upwards in success. Like, you can have people who are outright racist in Hollywood, but because they know how to market movies, they'll unfortunately keep their job. Like, remember the Sony hack situation with Amy Pascal? And yet she's able to start another production company with Sony. And it's just, honestly, man, I'm not going to get into my whole rant and everything, but everything in this life comes down to power and connections. And there's a lot of things people will excuse because you have power and connections. Let's see. Sup, Neo? No Xbox Ultimate tonight? Oh, no, I'm not going to be on tonight's episode because, you know, I'm going to be doing this, and then I got a couple other things to be taken care of. But, you know, the homie Mav, you know, the Xbox Ultimate crew, the Magnificent Seven, they don't need me on there. They don't need me on there, man. But Mav has always had an open invitation for me, which I do appreciate because I love going on that show and hanging out with the fam. They're great. His gamer tag is Plain Animal Cracker Lover. I was surprised he got that many characters in it. And I'm surprised that you're not blocked by this point, Mav. So what's up with that? I hate this, man. When I come down to Texas, Mav, it's on site, bro. But wait, you live in Texas. No, never mind. I don't know what you got packing there outside of stale animal crackers. Oh, man. You should have Neo on again, Mav. LOL, cool dude. Yeah, we don't need you. Well, you know what? Fuck you too, Mav. You see, I'm that type of person. I'll give you compliments, but then you bite me, I'll bite you back. Let's see. Neil, what do you think of the Bleach anime? Bleach, alright, so here's the thing about Bleach. I don't particularly think Bleach is a well-written show. It's got some good aspects about it. Like, I love the character designs, I love the aesthetic, I love the music, some of the fight scenes are cool. But all that stuff comes secondary to a good story, and Bleach just doesn't have a good story. The first couple arcs were interesting, and then it just falls off, and it just devolves into a mess. So yeah, it's got a lot of good things about it, but I like after the fucking Soul Society arc, shit just went downhill, man. You know, I can't, man. I can't. Neo, when Among Us comes on Game Pass, you should get subscribers to hop on since you get 15 people in the lobby, I think. Yeah, so when Among Us first dropped, I did do like 2 Among Us streams, and those were a lot of fun. And when it comes out on Game, I mean, the thing is, it's like $5. It's free on mobile, so I think everybody can play it. But Game Pass, you know, that barrier of entry, it makes it easier for everybody. So I think it would be dope if I got like, you know, people like Mav, Caitlin, some people from around the community just to do Among Us. That'd be nice, you know. But you got to play Among Us with the right people. Like, I'm gonna be real. If you play Among Us with somebody that's not fun, it's just, it's bro, nah. You got to be creative. You got to have fun. You got to roast each other. Like, for real, if Mav and I do play this shit, we're gonna be roasting the shit out of each other, and it's everyone should know. Like, for the last time we did Among Us, I straight up told that, because we did call-ins too, so we had subscribers who could join in and play with us. I said straight up, listen, no hard feelings. Like, if anybody insults you for whatever reason, if they think you're the imposter, do not take it seriously. That's how we play these games, you know? Like, I remember I was playing with some of my coworkers, and we just brought up like mad personal shit about each other. It's just like, yeah, you fucking lying, just like you lied that time at work about this. And I was like, yo, why you bring that up? We just have fun, man. Any suggestions for a gaming chair that's not over $200? Ooh, Rick Payne, that's kind of hard, bro, because the thing is, when it comes down to chairs, honestly, quality does matter, and you do get what you pay for as you start going above the $200 range. Like, I got this GT racing chair on sale on Amazon because it was $75, and I did need another chair because I'm very particular about my furniture shopping. So I was looking around some things, I found some good options, but I just needed something for E3 because I would be in this chair for, you know, like a couple days straight. So I got this GT racing chair. The thing about gaming chairs is that, unfortunately, a lot of them are very flashy. You know, it's just more for the aesthetic and they're not comfortable. This is actually pretty comfortable. I've sat in this chair for like 3-4 hours at a time. And whenever I get up, you know, I do my occasional stretching, but I feel good. So these are solid, but I don't know how this is going to last during the summer season when it's very hot and you're sitting in it for prolonged periods of time. I mean, I would say go to like Staples and try out some of the chairs there. Like, just keep in mind when it comes to chairs that are under $200, the build quality, the life expectancy, your mileage is definitely going to vary. I can recommend some chairs over like $300 because there's a lot of good ones there. But yeah, I would not be like the best person to ask. Maybe check out some like YouTube reviews, like best gaming chair or whatever under $200, because you know how they have those things for like tech parts and products and all that stuff, like best this after such and such, or for that price. First time I played Among Us with Xbox Ultimate, I was like, yo, Mav just killed me. Yo, listen, Mav is that type of person. He gonna kill you and then act like he didn't kill you, whether it's in Among Us or not. Neo, what was your favorite anime of the spring season? Mine has to be 86. So here's the thing, Magnetic. The only anime I've been watching this season has been Fruits Basket. That's it. Most of the time, I'm just a season or two behind stuff, so I'm not the best person to ask, but Fruits Basket's definitely my favorite. I have a few episodes left of season 3 to catch up on, but I love Fruits Basket, man. I've loved Fruits Basket since I was a kid, dude. And now the fact that they finally got a proper anime adaptation just makes me so happy. 499 super chat from John Diaz. What are your thoughts on the Fate series? I'm watching Heaven's Feel movie 3 in 2 weeks for the second time, and it's better than Mugen Train in my opinion. So the Fate series, all right, so here's the thing, like, alongside some other stuff, the Fate series was one franchise that everybody wants, like, or do you watch Fate? Do you get into it? Because there's so many different animes out there. But I really enjoyed my time watching Fate. I've seen all the different animes. Honestly, this is like a recent phenomenon for me. Within the past 2 years, I did all this shit. And I really do like Fate. I can totally understand why why people put it on such a high pedigree. But I don't think I'm too invested in it as much as other people, because maybe I watched it at a time where I really wasn't caring too much about it. Like, I enjoyed it, but I don't know, like, I wouldn't go back and rewatch it. So maybe I do need to check it out again just to see if my opinion has changed in the past 2 years. But it's good stuff. It's really good stuff, dude. And if you're saying that the Heaven's Feel movie 3 is better than Mugen Train, I mean, I don't doubt it, because Fate has just so much more stuff at its disposal versus Demon Slayer, which that was just a couple of chapters in the manga, Mugen Train, you know? You looked at Kate the wrong way. Oh, shit. Neo, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? Hands down, Empire Strikes Back. I know it's the most basic answer. Everyone says Empire or the original, but for me, Empire Strikes Back is my favorite. I think it's one of the best sequels ever made. And it just did a lot of stuff that made Star Wars into the franchise that it is today. It did a lot of stuff that made Star Wars into the franchise it is today. After that, of course, you know, the original is right up there. More recently, Revenge of the Sith has gotten into my top 5, which I didn't think it would. It was always in like my top 10, but top 5 recently. Because when you accept that the prequels just do not have great writing whatsoever and the acting is all over the place, the lore is what really carries that movie. The mystery, the intrigue, and learning how things come full circle. And it's really well done. Extremely well done. Other than that, I mean, it gets kind of all over the place. Like, I really love Rogue One. Of course, I love Return of the Jedi because it's the ending and the culmination. And then after that, I mean, I'm gonna have to throw a curveball in there. I think that The Last Jedi is the best movie of the sequel trilogy. Now, I'm not saying that makes it an amazing movie, but I think in terms of those 3 films, The Last Jedi is the one that feels the most unique and it has its own identity. I enjoyed The Force Awakens. You guys know me. Like, I got love for that movie. But I could just watch the original movie if I wanted to get all those story beats. Last Jedi, on the other hand, even though I didn't agree with all the shit that happened in the movie, it was still interesting to watch it unfold. It was still interesting. And then Rise of Skywalker is the worst Star Wars movie of all time. Fuck that shit, bro. Oh my god. Zero is great. Heaven's Feel is even better. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, Asbel. I'm trying to get my gaming up, trying to upgrade my internet. 5 megabytes ain't cutting it no more. Oh no, 5 megabytes wasn't even cutting that shit 10 years ago, bro. Oh no, we gotta do a Kickstarter for this man's internet. Which fictional character do you think would be the most boring to meet in real life? The most boring to meet in real life? Boring. So my answer is going to be different. Honestly, for me, a character is not boring because they're not the most exciting. Like, a boring character to me is someone who's devoid of anything interesting. So when I see characters that are like the tsundere characters, or like, you know, like a male tsundere who's just so over the top and aggressive for no fucking reason, and you're just like, dude, stop being a dick. Like, those characters to me are fucking boring. So like a character like, no hate, but Bakugo from My Hero Academia, like, if I had to deal with this dude and he's talking shit to me all the fucking time, I'm like, bro, I don't want to hang out with you. I'd rather hang out with somebody who is quiet and chill and got good vibes than someone who's like that. Like, I don't got time for fucking tsunderes, man. I just really don't. Let's see who like, I mean, characters who I would love to hang out with from anime, Shikamaru from Naruto. Like, absolutely, I'd want to throw back a few drinks with that guy because he's just very chill. He just wants to get shit done on the day-to-day and not worry about all the wild shit. Like, this man, the fucking village was getting invaded, shit was going crazy, shit hit the fan, this man's pretending to be dead so he doesn't got to get involved in it. I love that stuff. That's awesome. Like, who else? Like, other, I mean, there's a lot of other anime characters, like the cast of Yu Yu Hakusho. Like, everybody in that show I want to hang out with. Shit, like, I mean, there's so many of them. Like, you know, the Straw Hat Crew. I would not want to hang out with this dude like Yagami because I don't know about that guy. Am I the only person who hasn't played Among Us? Angel, you might be, bro. So we got to fix that shit. I got to get you, Havoc, like, all of us in a group with people and play that shit. Because, bro, the way we talk to each other, oh, my God. That shit would be hilarious, man. That shit be hilarious, bro. Like, you have to play Among Us with the right people. You have to. Have you seen the new Spider-Man suits for No Way Home? I have seen them. And they look weird, man. Man, listen, we don't gotta keep getting different fucking suits in these movies, man. Can we just get the traditional Spider-Man suit and call it a day? Can we just get that suit and call it a day? That's all I want, man. Cause bro, he is in the suit, then something happens, then he gets a new suit, then he gets a newer suit, then he gets like, bro, come on, Spider-Man does not need that many suits. Like Spider-Man, he'll get different suits to fight certain enemies, but not like, oh, I'm gonna have this suit and then I'm gonna make my own suit that's just this, but it's black, and then I'm gonna get this suit and then I'm gonna get that suit. It's like, dude, stop it. Like, I want to see you do Spider-Man shit. Like, hop off a building, just do that. Swing around the city. That's what we need. I did the recent Spider-Man movies. I like them, but there's just too much non-Spider-Man shit in it. Like, come on now. At this point, I'm like, bro, if this new Spider-Man movie is just like the last two ones, just bring back Tobey Maguire. Give me Spider-Man 4. Give me Andrew Garfield Amazing Spider-Man 3. Oh boy. Anyways. Oh, we got $4.99 super chat coming in from John McKinney. 1 out of 2. If these fictional villains existed in the real world, which one would Candace Owens get along with best? Yo, this man and his Candace Owens shit. My God. Part 2. Candace Owens and Lex Luthor. Candace Owens and Norman Osborn, Candace Owens and Judge Frollo, Candace Owens and Light Yagami, Candace Owens and Doctor Doom. Given who'd she make great couple with them? Out of all of those people, first off, we're not gonna disrespect all these GOAT villains in the chat. These are actual fucking villains. These are villains with motivation. These are villains who are dickheads. These are not nice people. So, honestly, I don't think, to throw you a curveball, John, I don't think she would get along with them. I don't think that at all. Like, she might get along with them, but I think that they wouldn't get along with her because she's fake as fuck, bro. She's a grifter. She's a political grifter. That's all she is. She's no different than all these other people out there. So, no, I think that all these people, especially somebody like Doctor Doom would see through that shit in a heartbeat. Norman Osborn, he wouldn't even... Dude, Norman Osborn and Lex Luthor, they wouldn't even dignify her the opportunity to be in their presence. Light Yagami, he'd find a way to abuse her, like fulfill my purpose, like, oh, she has power, blah blah blah. But yeah, none of them would ever. No, they wouldn't get along with her. Judge Frollo would just call her a fucking what did he say? A harlot, a thing like, you know him. But yeah, I would say they wouldn't get along with her. But appreciate the super chats, Johnny. Thank you, bro. And then we have a $20 super chat coming in from Anime Analyst. Shout out to the homie. Can I have an autograph? Yeah, man. I'm gonna sign something in this room, and you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do, Anime Analyst? I am gonna go out there, buy a volume of Boruto, sign that shit, and send it to you. That is what I'm gonna do. So at least I can say that I have supported the Boruto manga by buying it physically and then sending it over to you with my signature. Now, whether or not it's actually a signature remains to be seen. It might be just like, yo, this shit is trash, B. Love Neo. But shout out to the homie Anime Analyst. What's good, bro? Good to see you. Let's see. As a diehard fan of the Sam Raimi trilogy, true words have never been spoken about where you think the franchise should go. Honestly, bro, at this point, I'm like, I was a fan of what Marvel was doing with Tom Holland's Spider-Man in the beginning, but man, we're about to be into the third movie and he's not even Spider-Man yet. He's just Peter Parker. He's gotten involved in these things. At least with even though I have my issues with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man and the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, at least we got them doing Spider-Man shit, you know? Like the Tom stuff, it's like I'm watching a fucking Saturday morning cartoon, man. It's like, can he just be separated from these people and do his own thing? Like, the appeal of Spider-Man was the fact that he didn't have all this crazy network of support. You know what I'm saying? He was just doing this shit. And then we'll probably get that in the next Spider-Man movie, the fourth one. But by that point, it's like, fuck. We just spent 3 movies with this dude, and he's just not doing Spider-Man shit, man. Next time I'm in New York, I'm gonna bring my Boruto copy. Hey, that's what I'm talking about, Anime Analyst. Yeah, next time you come up here, bro. Next time, man. Next time. Where you live? Konoha? Iron Man Jr. Chronicles strike again. And yo, that's the thing, Anime Analyst. Like, when I saw Spider-Man Homecoming, I was cool with this shit because the way they ended the movie, it was Peter rejecting that Iron Man shit and wanting to be himself. And then Spider-Man Far From Home comes out, and half of this movie is just doing fuck nigga shit in Europe. And this, bro, I just want Spider-Man doing Spider-Man shit. Like I said, get off, go on a rooftop, jump off, and just do this. Like, that's all I fucking want, bro. Like, I would rather watch the first 10 minutes of The Amazing Spider-Man 2 than watch another fucking Tom Holland and his Tom Holland and the Funky Bunch. Like, at least the 10 minutes of the Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man 2 with Spider-Man doing Spider-Man shit from the comics and in the video games. Man, he's just Spider Guy at this point. Yeah, that's all he is, bro. Like I said, he has the potential to be one of the best Spider-Men, but they're just not writing him good, man. Real mannequin in my bedroom talks 100% normal. Uh-oh. Raimi's Spider-Man 2 is still the best. Yeah, Spider-Man 2 is still the best Spider-Man movie. I mean, I got my issues with it, but I mean, if we're looking at everything else in context, yeah, that's definitely the best. Definitely. That's why I don't mind them doing a Spider-Man 4 if it's just going to be Tobey Maguire Spider-Man doing Spider-Man shit. That's it. That's all I want. Everything comes back to Tony Stark. Dude. I was okay with it in Homecoming, because in Homecoming, it made sense. Like, he disgruntled employee, and Michael Keaton killed it as the Vulture. In Far From Home, Jake Gyllenhaal, amazing job as Mysterio. Great job, but why did you have to link it back to Tony Stark, man? Like, is every Spider-Man villain gonna be linked back to Tony Stark? Are we gonna watch fucking No Way Home and somehow Norman Osborn in another universe is linked to Tony Stark? I swear to God, if there is anything about Stark tech in that movie, I might walk out. I'm not to fucking lie, I won't walk out because I want to see what happens. But if there's anything related to Tony Stark, anything related to Stark tech, I'm fucking done with this shit, bro. Because at that point, we're just making the universe smaller, man. I saw this series on sale on Blu-ray and Amazon called 12 Kingdoms. You know anything about it? Should I watch? 12 Kingdoms is pretty solid. I'd say check it back. I'd say check it out. The feel when Spider-Man had the fastest character progression with Miles in nearly 3 films with Tom Holland, bro. That's why Spider-Verse is, in my opinion, the best Spider-Man movie. Because it told a great story, beginning, middle, and end, character progression for both Miles and Peter B. Parker, and then you're over and out. That's it. That's all it is, man. And you know what the thing is? I like what they did with Tom Holland in terms of his relationship to Tony Stark, and that's affecting him. But bro, dude, 2 movies of that shit? 2 movies of that shit? Like, where's Uncle Ben? Kind of already small when Sony's taking the good villains and making them in their own little universe for some reason. Yeah, man. I've just resigned myself that if I ever want to get a Spider-Man story for adults, it's just going to be Insomniac with the PS4 game. That's it. Hey, Aaron, how's it going, bro? Good to see you. I wish they finished the Garfield saga. I did too, bro. I did too. Like, yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 2 was very overstuffed and crammed, but at least that was Spider-Man stuff. And with the 3rd movie, it was going to be dealing with the loss of Gwen and how that affects him and all that. It would have been interesting, man. But, nah, they rebooted it. And I mean, honestly, like, these new Spider-Man movies that they've been making have been really profitable for them. Far From Home was the first Spider-Man movie to make $1 billion. And for them, that's sometimes all it needs, man. Aunt May, though, shit, man. Listen, if Peter needs another uncle. Marissa Tomei, what up? Are you down for another Spider-Man TV show from Disney? Has the horse been beaten enough, or in this case, the spider? No, I'm not excited for another Spider-Man show because all these Spider-Man shows they're just made for kids, man. That's it. Like, gone are the days of getting stuff like X-Men the Animated Series, or X-Men Evolution, or Wolverine in the X-Men, or Spectacular Spider-Man. Like, those shows are all made for kids, but they had a narrative to it. Like, all these other new shit that they got going on, I'm like, what the fuck is this nut ass shit? So yeah, apparently Sony also had beef with Andrew Garfield. Yeah, Andrew Garfield apparently was supposed to go to this like event, like this big event. He bailed last minute or something like that, and that was very disrespectful to Sony because they're a Japanese company, and they were just like, nah, fuck this nigga, bro. But Andrew Garfield's doing well, man. After that movie, he went on to do like Silence and Hacksaw Ridge. So he's chilling, man. Uncle Ben's been up my sleeve this whole time, Neo. Now let me explain how over the course of 3 movies. The only Uncle Ben representation we got was the fucking briefcase or suitcase or whatever that had his initials. I'm sorry, like Uncle Ben, you cannot swap out Tony Stark for Uncle Ben. Like, you can't do that shit. Oh god, that Aunt May movie. Oh, the Aunt May prequel where Aunt May was a spy. Listen, if I can see a de-aged Marissa Tomei as a spy, bro, hey man, that's what I'm saying. Isn't the guy who played Quicksilver in the MCU supposed to be playing Kraven for his movie? Yeah, Aaron Taylor Johnson, which I think he's a great actor. I'm sure he would do fine. But it's just Sony, man. Like, they don't get the best scripts. They don't get the best writers. They don't get the best directors. They just barf this shit out, bro. They barf this shit out. The problem with the new content in the cartoon is it's not related to the comic books. It's so boring. You know, the worst part about it, Angel, is that they'll go and they'll bring iconic stories over. Like when they did the whole Spider-Verse thing with Miles and Peter. And they did it, I think, in the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon. It just wasn't interesting enough, bro. Like, they have a plethora of content to craft a whole animated universe. But honestly, these days, guys, these companies, what you guys got to realize, at the end of the day, they create these shows so they can sell what? Toys, action figures, glitter, stickers, backpacks, shit like that. And if you were to tell me that we could put the bare minimum effort into these shows so it could appeal to kids, they're gonna fucking do it. They're not gonna create a Spider-Man show on the level of Avatar: The Last Airbender, which is being remembered, like, at this point for generations. Like, people are introducing that show to their kids to teach them about loss and grief and understanding. And dude, like, the days of us getting superhero TV shows like that are fucking done, man. They don't want to teach that shit to kids anymore. They just want to sell them just the goofy shit, bro. $4.99 super chat coming in from John McKinney. If Norman Osborn / the Green Goblin is introduced in the MCU, who should play him? My choice is either Jason Isaacs or Bryan Cranston. Dude, I've been gunning for Bryan Cranston to be Norman Osborn for the longest time, and I know that's kind of pigeonholing him, considering I would just want him to be Walter White. You know, just bring that intensity to Norman Osborn. I think that would be great. Also, another choice for me, I mean, again, pigeonholing, I know. Giancarlo Esposito, you guys know him, Breaking Bad, Mandalorian. Like, he would be fucking perfect because he can nail that personable, that relatable Norman Osborn that made him the fucking mayor. He can nail that shit, but at the same time, just pivoting and being like, I'm gonna fuck all you niggas up. Like, Norman Osborn is one of the scariest characters in all of comics because he does not need to intimidate you with brute force. He does not need to go and become the Goblin to ruin your life. This man has ways, and they just need an actor who can do that. And Jason Isaacs would be a great pick. Bryan Cranston, Giancarlo. I would take all 3 of those, man. But I think whoever they get is probably, like, whoever they get, that's going to be the Norman Osborn. So I think they're probably taking their time with who they cast. The What If series looks pretty dope. It does look good. I can't wait to see it. Harry, Norman, Spidey Sense, Uncle Ben, all those words are held hostage by Sony. You know what the funny thing is, Corey? Again, these are just all rumors and speculations, so it's whatever. But there was like this report that came out years ago saying that in order for Spider-Man to be in the MCU, they would like the movies would have to be like a percentage different. So there were certain things that they couldn't say. So they can do Mary Jane Watson, but they can't call her Mary Jane Watson. She has to be called MJ. And they can't call Uncle Ben his name. It's like this weird fucking rights thing. I don't know how believable it is, but why would you call somebody Michelle and then out of the blue say her name is MJ? Like, just give us a dark-skinned Mary Jane Watson. Like, well, in this case, Zendaya's light-skinned. But, you know, like, give us a non-white Mary Jane. Like, don't puss out and say Michelle, but my friends call me MJ. Who the fuck calls you MJ? Nobody, nothing, like, nope. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so weird. It's just so weird. It's so fucking weird, dude. Very weird. And the more I think about it, the more it pisses me off. That boy Grogu vibing in the back. Yeah, man. Grogu's straight chilling. Look at him, man. He's just over there like... Grogu has got the look right now, just seeing what's all happening over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't want to go in there, so he's just going to peek his head to see what's happening. So he's looking at the chat right now to see if y'all wildin'. Who the fuck calls you MJ? Yo, I'm analyst. I'm saying, bro, who the fuck in that movie? First off, she says she don't have friends, right? She says she doesn't have friends. Then she says, my friends call me MJ. What fucking friends? I'll be your friend, Zendaya. Call me. But what fucking friends call you that? I'm just trying to figure that shit out. I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. It's the Peter Tingles or whatever the fuck now. Weird and unnecessary. Dude, we get to the bottom of this shit. We gonna try to figure out what's happening. Content like The Long Halloween is where it's at. Yeah, there's one thing I'll give DC. They know how to make good animated movies. And yeah, the quality may vary up and down, but at least they're giving us those type of stories. Like Under the Red Hood, in my opinion, is still one of the best comic movies of all time. I'm not talking like just animated. I'm talking in general. Under the Red Hood was awesome, man. Now I'm looking to buy a new TV for gaming for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X. What do you use / recommend? Okay, so the TV that I use right now is not the TV I'd recommend for you. The TV that I would recommend for you would hands down be the LG C10. The LG C10, CX, whatever you want to call it. That's one of the best TVs in the game. It's great. It's an OLED panel. It's awesome. Everyone fucking has that TV. If you've seen folks on the internet and they've taken photos of their TVs, 9 times out of 10, it's that TV. Now, what I have right now is the Sony X900H, which is a great TV. It's not OLED, so it's not going to be as vibrant or bright by comparison, but it is a solid TV, especially for the price I paid. I got it for a little under $1,000. Now, my problem and why I do not recommend this TV, you guys, is the thing about Sony is that they are very, 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 very terrible with their updates. Extremely terrible. So I bought this TV. It's got HDMI 2.1. It's got 120 hertz. It's got all that, the good bells and whistles. But variable refresh rate, which is, you know, a big feature of the Xbox Series consoles. This TV, when I bought it, they were like, okay, variable refresh rate, you're going to get this update when the PS5 drops. Because this is a TV made for the PS5. The PS5 came out in November. It is now July, and that update is still not on the TV. Now, Sony says it'll eventually get back to doing that update. But, bro, I bought this TV with the anticipation that you are going to give me that feature when the PS5 drops. The PS5 has been out for over 8 months. So, Sony TVs are great, especially if you get into, like, the Masterclass series and all that stuff. But I can't recommend them based off of principles because you promised me one thing with this software update, and here we are 8 months later, and it's still not here. So I would stray away from this one. But yeah, the LG CX, the C1, those are good. They might not be the best in terms of like they're great for gaming, but if you want to get like pinpoint precise accuracy, like lowest response time, all those things, you want to game on a monitor. But if you're willing to take some of the small trade-offs, you know, if you're not a competitive gamer, this is not really going to matter. Definitely get yourself like the LG CX, the C1, the Sony, what is it? The X, my boy just got this. The Sony X, did my phone just restart? The Sony, my boy just got this one. It's the Sony OLED, Sony X, I want to say it's the X90J. I think that's OLED. Yeah, so my boy just got the Sony X. No, he didn't get this one. He got one of the Sony OLEDs. He dropped like $3,000 on it though. But yeah, it's I would definitely just say for right now, I would say the LG CX. If there's anyone else in the comment section who wants to make some good recommendations, feel free. They about to call Harry Harold. Oh God. No, you know what they're gonna call him? They're gonna call Harry Osborn H-Dog. H-Dog. D-A-W-G. Yo, what's up, H-Dog? Like, bro, I do not put it past them. But if they say Harold, I'm gonna die. If they say Harold, bro, stop it. Stop it. Okay, take it easy, Corey Gryffindor. Have a good rest of your shift, man. Oh, no problems, Matthew. I try my best, man. I'm not the most technical person out there, But what I can do is just give y'all my experiences and what I've been through. And I love my TV. It's great. But Sony burned me. They burned me on that one. Just like MKBHD says, never buy a product based on the promise of a future update. Yeah, Sergio, I learned that shit the hard way, bro. And I don't mind it because this TV, it was on sale for like $500 off when I bought it. And it's 65 inches, which is way too big. It's overkill for this room. But I like it because that's the thing. Being a gamer, we just buy big-ass TVs for places where we don't necessarily need a big-ass TV. So it's awesome. But just in the future, I'm going to be... until Sony fixes this shit, I'm going to be getting like LGs. Like, I do want to get an LG before the end of the year. Best TV recommendations are TCLs. Yo, I'm not going to lie. If you are in a budget and you've only got like $600, TCL TVs are surprisingly good. That was my first 4K TV. And like I said, if you just go into it knowing you're not going to get the top of the line shit, TCL is okay. It's okay. It's better than fucking Westinghouse and Sanyos and all that shit. Sony can't buy the rights back. They're only leasing the movie rights, and they've even already sold back the merchandising rights. Yeah, the thing is, I don't trust Sony with the Spider-Man rights. I don't trust Marvel with the Spider-Man rights. I don't trust anybody except Insomniac, man. Oh, you had a Westinghouse TV? Oh, man. Damn, before that, you were using a CRT? Hey, yo. Neo, I was kidding. Oh, no, I know you were kidding, Flame, but I just did want to bring that up for some people. Because, you know, there's a lot of people like us who don't mind dropping $1,000+ on a TV. But for some people who just do not care at all, they want decent quality, and they only got like $600 to spend. TCLs aren't bad. They aren't bad, man. Don't bring up Westinghouse. No, I don't. I don't have any experience with the LG Nano cells. I know some of my boys have it. They say it's okay. Let's see. There was a question. Need that on a t-shirt. Who the fuck calls you? That shit is just so fucking funny, man. Why are people hating on the Loki series? Genuine question. I seem to be enjoying it so far. The biggest complaint I heard from some people is that not a lot of stuff is happening in the show, which I think is kind of the point. The Loki show is very self-contained. So, of course, there aren't going to be a lot of crazy things happening because there's literally only a handful of characters. But I'm enjoying it for what it is. It's a different change of pace. Obviously, the third episode wasn't the strongest, but, you know, in a 6-episode show, there's got to be a weak link. But I think it's cool. I like learning about the TVA, uncovering the mysteries, and just learning more about the Marvel Cinematic Universe's take on, you know, like, first off, quantum theory, going into the quantum realm, going into the multiverse, going into like these different pockets of reality, dealing with time. Like, I'm a sucker for those things. Like, I love Doctor Who for that reason. The last good Marvel shows were Avengers Assemble and Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Oh, absolutely, Chris. Those were great shows. Avengers Assemble. $2 super chat from Robert Slade. Where is the Netflix Devil May Cry? We need it. I have no idea. You see, the thing is, Netflix just announces these things years in advance, and sometimes they come to fruition, sometimes they don't. So I think it'll take some time. I mean, they did very good on Castlevania, so hopefully Devil May Cry is good. It's going to be interesting to see what story they tell, though. I'd be down for a prequel. That'd be good. I've been playing a lot of Borderlands recently, and I'm enjoying it so far. Well, that's good, man. Borderlands is a solid franchise. I've only ever played it in co-op, though. So I'm going to be honest, I don't really care too much about the story in Borderlands, but I've heard it's decent. But yeah, I played through Borderlands 1, 2, pre-sequel. Did not play 3. I think I was kind of Borderlands out at the moment. Like, all my friends who would play Borderlands, they just didn't want to play it, so I was like, I'm not going to play it. Any thoughts on the Demon Slayer game? I'm looking forward to it. The roster is looking a little questionable considering there's not a lot of characters. But I think it looks very cool. Like, CyberConnect 2 is fantastic when it comes to presentation. Gameplay wise, they're pretty solid. And I just, it's been a long time for me. It's been a long time for me to, like, in the sense that I bought an anime game day one, because, you know, most of the time the anime games are trash. But I just looked at this Demon Slayer shit, and you know what? If I need to spend $60 and I get burned because it's not that great, I'll take the L on this one because it's Demon Slayer. versus something like One Piece Burning Blood or, you know, Anime Analyst. If you still here, bro, I know your game Shinobi Strikers. That's like your game of the generation. Like, I'd much rather be burned by a Demon Slayer game than by fucking, oh god, like they just pumped out to the weirdest fucking anime games like J-Stars Victory Versus and all that dumb crap. A Sparta prequel show instead of a prequel game. Yeah, they would probably do that. Because they probably, for Devil May Cry 6, they just want to continue the story. I wouldn't mind them just doing a prequel story to get people into the franchise and then go from there. What's good, my boy? What's up, Stunna? How you doing, bro? Marvel's Agent Carter was underrated. I can't really speak on that. I've only seen 2 episodes, and I'm just going to be honest. I only watched it for Haley Atwell because she is a very good-looking white woman. But other than that, I just didn't really care too much about the show. It seemed interesting, but if you didn't grab my attention with the first 2 episodes, it takes a lot to get me going. Will it feel more satisfying playing the Castlevania games first, then watching the Netflix original? Yeah, you definitely get a lot more appreciation if you've actually grown up playing the Castlevania games and then watching the show, because the show is very well done for the most part. But I think it'll be really weird for people who watch the show and they're like, okay, I want to play the games, and they're just like, and they're not all available in one place. You got to go dig them, and you got to get an emulator or some shit. I'm surprised that the creator of HBO's Chernobyl and Eli Roth are working on the upcoming Borderlands movie. I didn't know that HBO's Chernobyl guy was working on that. I know Eli Roth is doing that, and that seems right up his alley with the type of movies he makes. It just fits in with the Borderlands world. Picking up and carrying a 40-inch CRT TV is probably the worst thing you can do to your body. Yo, dude, them TVs back then were so big for no reason, man. When you moved a TV into another room in the house, that shit was an ordeal, man. Oh my god, the TVs with the big ass fucking donk truck backs. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus, man. Nowadays, you got these TVs that are so razor thin, like this thick. You just got to make sure you don't break it, you know? But bro, honestly, the biggest underrated anime game was the Kill la Kill game. That cell shading was perfect. It looked good, but like I said, most of these anime games, ugh. A pretty decent anime game was Fist of the North Star. Fist of the North Star was fucking dope. All right, where is that? It's somewhere. Is it in this pile, or it's probably another PS4 pile in my room? Yeah, it's probably over there. But yeah, that Fist of the North Star game was awesome because it was made by the Yakuza guys. So. Did you watch Fast 9, Neo? Unfortunately, I did. I did contribute to this problem that keeps existing. That is the Fast and Furious franchise. Yeah. Go see Fast 9 if you just want to be in a movie theater and you want something fucking dumb. Just watch it. It's just, you're good. Like, bro, I know these Fast and Furious movies are not great. They haven't been good since 5. But I was just sitting there watching. I was just like, this is impossible. People spent how much money on this movie, and this is the best you can give us? Like, dude, I know I always say this, but we could have put a better movie together than that shit, man. Like, this dude, like, it got to the point when I was watching a Fast and the Furious movie and I was watching all the dumb shit happening and I wasn't even excited. And that's like, for me, if you're gonna make a dumb action movie, then give me exciting dumb action stuff. I was watching that shit and I was not impressed, not entertained. The feats that they went through in this movie, I couldn't care less. There was no feeling of like, oh my god, what's gonna happen? Is anyone gonna die? No. I mean, like I said, it's fun if you go into it and you know you're not gonna be getting it. Like, okay, I'll say this much. If John Wick is peak action movie, like modern day action movie, where you go into that shit just for the action, like Fast 9 is the opposite end of the spectrum, where it's peak action movie but for all the wrong reasons, you know? Like, I'm so excited for John Wick 4. I don't care about Fast 10, Fast 11, you know? And I'm probably not going to see them. Like, I saw Fast 7 because, you know, obviously that was very sentimental. Fast 8 I skipped and I watched it on a plane. And then Fast 9, I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Like, I haven't been to the movies in a little bit. Let me go see this movie. I have my AMC, my Regal, whatever the thing is called, where you pay $20, you see multiple movies a month. And I was just sitting in that movie theater, and I was like, Bro, what the fuck? How, like, even just from the beginning, I was like, wait, so he had this brother this whole time, but Hobbs and Shaw, I saw that because I went out on a date, and that was fun because it was dumb, and it knew it was dumb. The Fast movies, they try to take themselves seriously, and I'm like, nah, bro. At least with like Hobbs and Shaw, we had fucking Idris Elba coming here saying, "I'm Black Superman." Like, that shit's fucking hilarious, man. If I have to hear family one more fucking time. $9.99 super chat coming in from John McKinney. Who do you think should play Doctor Doom in the MCU? I originally had Jeremy Irons or Alan Rickman, rest in peace, in my mind, but I realized they're too old. Any ideas? You know, again, this is going to sound very cliche, but Mads Mikkelsen, I still to this day think that he can be an incredible Doctor Doom, but he was already in Doctor Strange, just Caecilius, which I think was a waste of a role in the grand scheme of things. So I think he'd be great as Doctor Doom. I mean, there's a bunch of other actors from TV shows that I can't put the names to the faces. But yeah, I'm going to be basic and say Mads Mikkelsen. This man said, I totally forgot Black Widow was coming out. Yeah, Black Widow comes out next week. I'm excited for the movie because I haven't seen a Marvel movie in, well, like what, almost 2 years. But I'm not going to lie. It being a prequel that takes place after Civil War but before Infinity War, I don't know how much story they can realistically tell us in this. Like, I know it's going to dive into her past, her history with her family, and I assume by the end of the movie she's going to pass the Black Widow baton to her sister figure, Florence Pugh. But I don't know, man. I'm just like, when it comes to these like prequel movies, you got to do a lot to get me excited. You know, I saw Captain Marvel and I was like, bro, this is like the most boring MCU movie ever. It's not terrible, but it's just boring, which is, in my opinion, one of the biggest sins. Like, you're only in this movie only came out just to put you in Endgame for 5 minutes. Black Widow, like, I love Scarlett Johansson, but I would have much rather seen this Black Widow prequel movie 10 years ago. Because, like, what? It's going to give us this little gap of time and tell this story. I don't know. Like, for me, I'm more excited to see Shang-Chi and the Eternals than I am Black Widow. Because I don't know, man. It'd be like them doing a fucking... No, they already did that. I don't know. And I'm just worried that it's going to succumb to, like, some of the things that we expect. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're going to fucking nerf Taskmaster. I just have a feeling, man. Last couple of Fast movies I walked in after watching another movie. Ain't paying for that crap no more. Yeah, Fear No Hate. They ain't good, man. At the very least, you should at least know... You should know what your movies are. You should lean into it. But at the same time, you got to give a damn. Like, I think the reason why they're able to make these Fast and Furious movies so quickly is because it's automated at this point. They've got the same director for the most part for all these fucking movies, and he just knows what to do, and that's it. That's it, literally. Like, if you were to put different shots of different Fast and Furious movies together, I'd be like, is this a different movie, or is this the same movie? Forgot to say hola, NGS. What reasons are you working out? Anything specific like training to be able to save your life, strength all around, aesthetics, health? Well, good to see you, Jay. And to answer your question, it's a little bit of everything. So it started out many years ago for health purposes because I noticed I was getting a little too pudgy and I was getting winded at work doing basic tasks. Now, I wasn't overweight or obese in anything, but I just didn't like how I felt. And I didn't like how I looked. So I decided to make a difference. And at first it started out as me just wanting to get my weight down and to build some muscle. And then from there it transitioned into a whole bunch of other things like training to look good. And then it transitioned more for like general purposes, like strength and just all around being strong. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm finding a nice balance between strength and size. But at the same time, I'm doing this shit for me and loving it for me. And not really worrying too much about what other people think. So I don't chase aesthetics. I don't care about having abs year round. I don't care about being shredded because all that shit is really unhealthy for you. You know, just like being obese is very bad, being shredded, razor thin, razor cut abs and all that shit is equally as, it's not good for you either because your hormones are fucked. But yeah, I'm just doing it for me. That's the best thing I can say. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody's journey is their own. So it's kind of hard to pigeonhole. Like I don't compete in anything. I don't compete in competitions. I just do it for me, you know? And that's the most fun I have. And that's what keeps me motivated all these years later, man. Like every single day I get excited to go to the gym and train. It's just awesome that I have that opportunity to do that. Who's the best Superman? I think the current one is the best. I love Henry Cavill. I love him. I think he's had the potential to be the best Superman, but he just hasn't been given good scripts at all. But if I had to say the best Superman, this is going to sound weird, but Tyler Hoechlin, who's on the CW show, like he's pretty fucking good. He's good, and that's because of how they're writing him. Other than that, I loved Dean Cain in the Superman show from back in the day. That was cool. Christopher Reeves, of course, you gotta have love. OG. Brandon Routh, I think, could have been a great Superman with a better script. But yeah, I don't think there's really ever been like a definitively great Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, at least with Batman, we have definitively great Batmans for different reasons. But with Superman, it's like no one was ever really given the opportunity to have a great script, great cinematics, like great all that stuff. So Sephiroth number 2. Yes, indeed. Fun fact. Fun fact. So Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, his last English voice actor before the remake, George Newbern, I believe that's his name. He voiced Sephiroth, and he also voiced Superman. And in Final Fantasy VII Remake, Sephiroth is also voiced by another Superman. It's so fucking weird, man. It's like, is this an ongoing trend that they just don't want to break tradition? It's going to be like the third Superman. And he's literally like, well, I would be surprised if Henry Cavill somehow voices Sephiroth. I just would be surprised if they do a live action Final Fantasy movie and Henry Cavill is Sephiroth. Hey, Neo, did you buy that Doki Doki Literature Club? Plus, I think you'd enjoy it. No, I haven't really been buying too many games, Flame. I limit myself to one game a month because of, just because of time and everything. So I didn't pick it up. I'll get it at some point. Cruella was surprisingly good, had Devil's Wear Prada vibes, got ticks for Black Widow and Dolby. Even if the movie isn't great, the format is awesome. Yeah, dude, I saw Godzilla vs. Kong in Dolby, and even though I didn't care for the movie, just seeing it in Dolby, that beautiful picture quality, that sound, oh, it's awesome, dude. But I'm glad you enjoyed Cruella. I wasn't a big fan. Physics. Yeah, man, them Fast and the Furious movies, they don't take anything into account. Which is my whole thing. I don't need a movie to be hella realistic, but bro, the shit that they be doing in that movie doesn't make sense. At that point, just make it a fucking futuristic movie. Make it a futuristic movie. Don't lead me to believe that these street cars can do all that crazy stuff. What are your thoughts on the upcoming Batman film? I'm excited for it because I like Matt Reeves as a director. I like Robert Pattinson as an actor. And I think they have an opportunity to tell a really good story. But until I actually see the movie for myself, I don't know if it'll be great. I liked the trailer we got. I like the vibe they're going for. So all we can do is just hope for the best. $4.99 coming in from John McKinney. My favorite Batman. Kevin Conroy. My favorite Superman. Tim Daly. My favorite Spider-Man. Christopher Daniel Barnes. That's just me. Yeah, so for me, obviously, Kevin Conroy is going to be the GOAT. Same thing for Superman. Tim Daly. He's awesome. If we're speaking, I know you're probably speaking in general, but I'm speaking like for animated. Yeah, same here. My favorite Spider-Man is, honestly, I really loved Josh Keaton. I love Josh Keaton, even though I think Yuri Lowenthal is probably the better of the two, because he's got more to work with than Josh Keaton, because he was limited by it's a kid's show. But I love Josh Keaton as Spider-Man and what he was able to do with the limited run of that show. What killed me about the Spectacular Spider-Man is that it was getting so fucking good, and then it was canceled. Fuck. But yeah, Christopher Daniel Barnes, that's an OG, man. Nobody will able to Dude, just that fucking overacted scene alone. Dude, get back here, Shocker! Shocker! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth! Dude, that's when you know you're fucked. That is when you know you're fucked. If somebody's like, bro, this man felt invincible. I'm pretty sure only 10 years have passed within the fast timeline. Jesus Christ. And they've been doing this shit for 20 years? Oh my god. I love Christopher Daniel Barnes so much. Yeah, like, dude, he was like, he gave it his all. When you talk about people who understand the assignment, Christopher Daniel Barnes, absolutely. Get back here. I gotta play one time for the stream. One time for the stream, guys. Let's see how long it takes to type in "get back here." Shocker. There it is. It's like number 10. Let me play this shit out. Be careful for your ears, guys, because this shit is gonna be loud. Okay. I'll probably adjust it so it's not as loud, but here we go. Y'all ready for this shit? Here we go. Y'all ready for this shit?
Get back here, Shocker! Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the ends of the earth!
My God. That's history right there, bro. That's history right there. Yeah, he's a minor villain, and Spider-Man is just like, nah, fuck you, bro. I'm gonna end this whole man's career. Oh, man. I heard Carnage and Hobgoblin were going to appear in Spectacular Spider-Man. Bummer. Oh, God. I don't even know how they do Carnage in a kid's show, because they tried to do him, but it just didn't work out that well. Like, in order to do Carnage, like, I still believe you. That shit gotta be rated R, bro. Because Carnage, dude. I don't even know how they're doing him in that new movie. That shit's gonna be ass. After beating Final Fantasy VII Remake Intermission, I'm starting to notice Square is making a comeback in the games industry. Yeah, Square has been they've been on a streak recently. I mean, Final Fantasy 15 was the last big L they took. But then after that, you know, their collaborations have been working out good with Octopath and with Nier Automata. Kingdom Hearts 3, while I don't think it's a great game at all, it is competently put together. There are no major issues by comparison to 15. And then after that, like Dragon Quest, very solid game, as always with that franchise. Final Fantasy VII Remake, one of the best games of the generation. And then the DLC is good too. So they're getting pretty good, man. And I'm seeing what's going on with 16. I'm excited. Forspoken seems pretty cool. 14 is still going on. The only thing they really got to work on is just all the fucking ports and how they handle them shits, bro. Jesus Christ, that pixel remaster. Oh my God, dude. All we want is just classic Final Fantasy games on consoles. That's it. Just put it on a disc and sell it. Just put it on a fucking disc and sell it to me. That's all we want. But then they did that dumb crap. It's like Square gets me excited, but at the same time, they just do that dumb crap that it just brings me back to reality, back to life, back to reality. Hope 2D HD is better than 11. I mean, I liked 11. I mean, I know why people didn't like it because it was way too traditional. But yeah, I'm excited for that 2D HD. Sup, Neo? We in this? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, Chuck. What's your favorite DBZ saga? I'm really partial to the Cell Saga. I love the Cell Saga, the Android Saga, the Future Trunk Saga, like all that rolled into one. That stuff was awesome. $2 super chat from Flame. Last major L. Sir, Yuji Naka wants a word. Well, you know what I mean. You know, like I'm talking like the main bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the entrees, like what we came here for. We came here for Final Fantasy. We ain't came here with no Balan Wonderworld. Even though that is Flame's game of the year. I heard you did a video essay defending that. I mean, more power to you, bro. As my boy Pong Soul says, play what you love what you play. Or reverse that, I'm not sure. But either way, shout out to Flame and his love for Balan Wonderworld. Are you a Captain Planet fan or Sailor Moon? Both. I like both. I think him yelling Mary Jane when she disappears is just as iconic as understanding the assignment. Yeah. Mary Jane! No! Dude, he's got that type of like scream you want to hear in an anime because there's so much fucking emotion and depth to it. Yo, Neo, will you ever move out of the cold or both, bro? Move out of the cold. Oh, move out of the north. Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying. So would I ever move out of the north and it being cold? I mean, I've thought about it. Like, one of my plans before COVID hit was to move down south, move down to Texas. That was actually something I wanted to do at the end of 2020. But, you know, COVID happened and everything, and it just threw a wrench in all those plans. I mean, I still do want to get down south, whether it's to ATL or whether it's to Dallas, Texas has always been on my mind. Every time I go to Dallas, I have a great time. I love the people there. So I think I'd fit well in Dallas. But you never know, like, where life may take you. You know, I might say I want to go to Dallas, but I might end up in California because of work or something like that. So, you know, like, I'm a type of person where I'm just very chill. Like, I can live anywhere, whether it's here, Colorado. Like, I'm not, like, I don't need a nightlife. I don't need all this crazy shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could live in a cabin in the woods if I wanted to, man. Like, a nice house on a cliff. A nice house by the water. Like, wherever, you know? Can somebody explain what the fuck is the Final Fantasy franchise and what games beginners can start to, this novice? Okay, so Final Fantasy J, the best way I could describe it, Final Fantasy, it's a long-running Japanese RPG, where every single game in the series, if we're talking numbers, like Final Fantasy 1, 2, 3, etc., they're all self-contained stories. So it doesn't matter which game you start with, they are all different. Now, that being said, some games are better than others, and some games are more accessible than others. One of the most revered games in the franchise, I'm sure you've heard, is Final Fantasy VII. Came out on the PlayStation 1 in 1997. Very good game, as is most of the games in the franchise. But the problem is the age of the games. So if you're an open-minded gamer and you can go into playing PlayStation 1 type games, it's cool. But the games I would recommend you start with, Final Fantasy IX is a fantastic game. It's one of my personal favorites. Final Fantasy X is good too. Final Fantasy VI. But the problem is, I know a lot of people are saying, well, why don't you recommend games like Final Fantasy 12 or games like Final Fantasy 14? Well, because 12 is kind of like the black sheep and it's very divisive among the fandom. Even though I love it, maybe newcomers might not like it. And 14 is an MMO. While it is an amazing MMO, some people just don't like MMOs. So, yeah, I would say start with Final Fantasy 9. Okay, $5 super chat coming in from John McKinney. My favorite Joker, Mark Hamill. My favorite Lex Luthor, Clancy Brown. My favorite Norman Osborn, Green Goblin, Neil Ross. Absolutely, bro. I'm 100% in agreement with all three of those. But I will say I'm going to throw in an honorable mention for Joker. I really loved, like Troy Baker's great, but he's just channeling Mark Hamill, Troy Baker, you know? I love John DiMaggio's take on Joker. If you guys haven't heard, it was in Under the Red Hood. John DiMaggio, the guy who voices Bender, he voices Marcus Phoenix in Gears of War. That John DiMaggio voices Joker, and he does a great job. Hey, Neo, was at the fair. Oh, awesome. Did you get any fried food for me? Did you get any fried Oreos? Fried Twinkies? You excited for Starfield, Neo? I'll get excited when I know what the game is about. Like, when I see a gameplay trailer, that's when I'll get excited. Take it easy, Rick Payne. Have a good one, brother. Square needs to do new Trials of Mana. They need to do a lot of things, to be honest. Thoughts on Sony acquiring Nix? I don't even know how you pronounce it. Nixes? Something like that. Personally hoping Ghost of Tsushima and Spider-Man come to PC. Yeah, so for those who don't know, and Alan, perfect, you commented right now. What was I supposed to talk about in this stream that you mentioned like an hour ago? There's something. I don't know. But to answer the question, yeah. So Sony this week, they acquired 2 new studios. They acquired Housemarque Games, which is not too surprising at all, considering they've worked with Sony for damn near their entire career. And they acquired this Dutch porting company called Nixes. I believe that's how you pronounce it. If not, I don't know. But yeah, the Housemarque acquisition makes a lot of sense considering that they have such a celebrated history with PlayStation. And I'm actually very excited they got acquired considering Housemarque was on the brink. Like, if Returnal flopped and PlayStation didn't buy them, Housemarque would probably close up because the type of game that they make is not the most it's not the most like accessible to the masses. You know what I'm saying? They were making a lot of twin stick shooters, and there are people who like that stuff, but it's not marketable. And Returnal, even though it's doing well, it's a very niche amount of people who would play those type of games. You know, live, die, repeat. But them being acquired by PlayStation is awesome. I can't wait to see what they do next. Now, the Nix porting studio thing is, I think honestly going to be the studio that is the most beneficial to PlayStation, because yes, if you look at it from a surface level, them acquiring a porting studio is great because they can go ahead and port games to PC easier. Like this company has ported the vast majority of Square Enix's Western Division games. So Tomb Raider, I believe they did Deus Ex, I think they did the Avengers game, and they also did the Avengers Next Gen update. So with PlayStation acquiring the studio, $2 super chat from Flame. Neo, I'll fight you. I'll lose, but I'll fight you. Flame, you kill me, bro. But with PlayStation acquiring the studio, yes, on the surface level, they can have a dedicated group of people work on PC ports, which is awesome because two reasons. Number one, it frees up the development staff from working on a PC port in-house. Even though it does not take a lot to port a game from one x86 architecture to another, it still takes away time, money, and resources. So to have a dedicated studio who can do that is awesome. Second, it's great because they don't have to worry about outsourcing these games anymore. Because what happened with Horizon Zero Dawn is they outsourced it to a studio, and y'all saw what happened with that PC port. So if you have a studio that knows how to work with this, work with multiple engines, by all means, go for it. But what I think they also might start doing with this studio is they might start experimenting with bringing back some PlayStation IPs and properties, because the studio already knows how to port stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if we started to see some PS3 games maybe show up on PS5 via this porting studio, because that's all they do. They've just ported stuff. So if we start seeing remasters of like the Resistance trilogy, or they bring over the old God of War games, or they bring over like Ratchet and all that stuff, I think this would be the studio to handle that. And then from there, if they get familiarity working with these games, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe they're like, hey, we want to take a crack at a Resistance 4, or we want to work on another Sly Cooper or whatever. Now, I'm not saying that that's actually going to happen, because that takes, there's a lot of approval that needs to go into that. And they need to pitch the game. They have to be interested in the game in the first place. But, well, who knows what'll happen. But at the very least, PlayStation has got themselves a studio that knows how to work with multiple platforms, that knows how to work with the PC ecosystem. And if that's all they do, just port games from PlayStation consoles to PC, that is great. But I don't think that was the only reason they acquired them. I think they want to do a lot more with this studio. So cultivate another part of their ecosystem. So that's why I'm excited for them acquiring them. It would be great, because the thing is, guys, PlayStation's catalog, their backlog, they have so many amazing IPs that unfortunately is not backwards compatible. Like, that's where Xbox has them beat in spades. A lot of Xbox's best games are backwards compatible, and they still get updates. PlayStation, unfortunately, too bad, so sad. You just leave them in the dust. So if they were to bring them forward, that's what I'd be very excited about. Okay, Alan, yes, that's what we're going to talk about. Awesome, bro. Thank you for reminding me, because that's going to be the second topic we talk about, and then we'll probably wrap it up for the night. Gravity Rush would be awesome, but unfortunately the sales weren't there for that game, man. It sucks, 'cause I have Gravity Rush. I have, this is how dedicated I am, man. I bought Gravity Rush Remastered day one. This shit is still in the packaging. I mean, the disc is flopping out, but this shit is still in the packaging. And when I found out like how fucking rare this game is, I was like, oh, no. I'm buying a digital version and just keeping this shit in the plastic. I'm gonna pay off a mortgage when I sell this. But yeah, I would love to see another Gravity Rush or anything from Japan Studios, but apparently it wasn't profitable enough to continue. So it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, these companies are in the business to make money, and if Japan Studios ain't performing... Let's see. Okay, so Alan's question, talking about the Ghost of Tsushima director's cut and all that stuff. All right, so basically, for those who are unaware, I believe it was yesterday, we got an announcement of... well, I mean, it's been leaking for the past 2 weeks, but we got an announcement of a Ghost of Tsushima director's cut, right? It's a all-in-one complete edition of the game, Ghost of Tsushima, on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, with all the previously released DLC, cosmetic stuff, whatever, in addition to a brand new expansion, right? Now, here's the thing. As we are in this cross-gen territory, this way of living for the next year or so, releasing a director's cut on PlayStation 4 with an upgradability path for those people when they get a PS5. So if you want to buy Ghost of Tsushima, right? Or the director's cut, okay? If you own the game on PS4 right now, and you have a PS4, you don't have a PS5, it'll cost you $20, which is not too bad, right? $20 for the expansion, cool. If you want to upgrade to Ghost of Tsushima director's cut and get the expansion and you own a PS5, it'll cost you $30, right? So it's $10 more than it is on PS4. And you're kind of questioning why. Because they're charging you $20 for the expansion and then also tacking on $10 for PS5 upgrades. Now, from what we are hearing from the report, it's basically what you're paying for is properly synced Japanese voiceover, DualSense support, and I'm not sure if this is 100% confirmed, but they're tying the next-gen graphic updates like native 4K and things like that to this $30 price tag. But it gets worse. So if you want to go out to the store and buy Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, let's say you've never played it before, it's going to cost you $70. Even worse, if you are a PlayStation 4 owner and you get a PS5, let's say after this Director's Cut, you buy it for $20, and if you want to get those next-gen enhancements on PS5, you still have to pay an extra $10. So if you bought Ghost of Tsushima last year on PS4, no matter whether or not you buy it now or when you get a PS5, you have to pay an extra $30. Which, I'm not going to lie, that is kind of sleazy that you're tacking like DualSense support as a next-gen upgrade and feature when so many other games are doing this shit for free. Now, I don't have a problem with paying for the DLC. I do not, considering like Ghost of Tsushima is a phenomenal game and that's a whole bunch of extra content. But the idea of tying next-gen upgrades to this director's cut, I don't know, it just doesn't sit well with me. Like, yeah, they already gave you a 60 FPS patch on PS5, so you can still play it there. But come on, man, like something so arbitrary like DualSense support, 4K, I don't like it, man. I don't like it, and it kind of worries me about what's going to happen with God of War and Horizon, because those are both cross-generation games. Are they going to tack on an extra $10 to the PS5 versions? But this is what's so fucking weird, because Jim Ryan just came out, he didn't just come out, but months ago, he said, for our cross-generation games, don't worry. The cross-generation games we release, the players will be able to upgrade to the PS5 for free. And they did that for Sackboy, and they did that for Spider-Man Miles Morales. But for Ghost of Tsushima, a game that literally came out like, 3-4 months before them, they're tacking an extra $10 for a next-gen upgrade? Like, I don't know, man. I'm not saying it's the worst thing in the world. I'm not saying it's anti-consumer, and I'm not going to sit here and say like I'm not going to buy it, because I do want to get that expansion and play it. But this, if we keep seeing this happening, bro, ugh. But you know, value is in the eye of the consumer. So even though I like all these other developers, like Doom, for example, just gave you an next-gen upgrade for free. Plague Tale Innocence is giving you a next-gen upgrade for free. Value's in the eye beholder, so you have to spend your money where you want. So there's going to be a lot of people out there who don't view this as value and they don't buy it, just like there are going to be a lot of people out there who do view this as a value and buy it. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to tell you what you should or shouldn't do with your money. It just comes down to voting with your wallet. But I totally understand the whole situation and how this is shady and schemy when everybody else is doing this shit for free and then you're not. You know, like this is some shit I would expect out of Nintendo, man. Like, at the very least, just sell it for $20, bro. Just if they sold the expansion for $20 and they sold it for, $60 in the stores, like, that'd be fine. Like, sell it for PS5 $50 and then sell it for, I don't know, man. It's just. How did Square give a free next-gen upgrade for Final Fantasy VII Remake but not Sony? Shameful. Exactly, bro. Square Enix gave you a full-on next-generation upgrade. They gave you that 60 frames per second, and then they gave you the option to buy the DLC if you want. Now, granted, the DLC is exclusive to PS5 and not PS4, but still, they didn't charge you for a next-gen upgrade, which is what I think the Square Enix thing would be. PlayStation doing it. Okay, I'm going to be worried if Horizon is announced and then there's a $10 upgrade charge. Like, that's going to be really fucking shady. But I don't think they're going to do that because that's an already released game. Like a game that's releasing. Like, you know, they didn't do this with Sackboy and Spider-Man, so why would they do this suddenly with Ghost? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just spooky. I own Gravity Rush on Vita. I should play that soon. It's a solid game, Jason. It is a solid game, man. Gracias. Tired of New York City NGS. Not surprising, as good as everyone and their mom talks about how nice it would be in New York City. It's extremely overrated. When people mean New York City, they mostly mean a part of the borough. I mean, that's the thing, man. New York City, it's not for everybody. Like, I don't live in the city, even though I say I live in New York and people think I live in the 5 boroughs. I actually don't. I live a little bit north of the city. But, I mean, city life is cool, but you got to realize, like, you're living there purely for the atmosphere. You're living there because there's no other place like it in the world. Depending on what your job is in your career, there's some jobs that can only be done in New York, especially like arts and entertainment. But yeah, if you're just a regular person, you know what I'm saying, and you have a pretty flexible job in terms of what you can do, your money will travel and get you a lot farther in different states by comparison. And just to be honest, like city life, the hustle and bustle, and just like the whole slogan of New York City is like, welcome to New York, walk faster. Like, that's true. I'm that type of person. Like today, for example, man, it's just because I've lived in New York my whole life. Like, I was just walking in the gym and there was this dude in front of me who was not walking as fast as he reasonably should. And I just fucking beelined it to the side of him and left because I just, like, I can't with that shit, man. People walking slow as shit. Can we talk about Skyward Sword's quality of life improvements? We got optional fine now. Yeah, Skyward Sword's another one. They're tying shit to the amiibos and everything, and yeah, it's the most Nintendo thing out there. They did do it for Spider-Man Remastered. You had to pay $50 for the same game on PS4. Yeah, that's true, Trav. They did lock the remaster behind the Ultimate Edition. And let me see how much the Ultimate Edition is. Is it still like $70? On Best Buy. Yeah, it's still $70 for that Spider-Man Miles Morales. I mean, granted, yeah, you do get a whole game for $20, so it's a good deal. But at the end of the day, that's not up to me to decide. What if somebody just wants a next-gen update? What if they want the 4K 60? What if they want all that stuff? You still have to buy it. And I understand work goes into these games, but why is it there's only a few people doing these next-gen upgrades that you got to pay for, and then everyone else is doing that shit for free? Like, I don't know, man. So move to New York for acting and music. Yeah, if you want to be in Broadway, if you want to be in entertainment, you know, New York and LA are definitely the two biggest places to be in. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap things up for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Your boy is starting to get a little hungry. And, you know, if I start getting a little hungry, there's only a matter of time before I start getting hangry. But I want to thank you guys so much, as always, for coming through to the stream. You guys are the fucking best, but you already know that. But if somebody hasn't told you today, well, there you go. So thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. If you guys want to follow me on all types of social media, those will be down below in the video description, to my Twitter, to my Instagram, all that good stuff. And yeah, we can't go before we oh wow, we got the homie coming in, homie Jackson coming in with a $5 last minute super chat. How come Trunks wasn't able to bring the Dragon Balls into the time machine and wish people back in his timeline? I don't. You know, that's a very good question. I don't know if it works that way. Like, if he just took the Dragon Balls, brought it to his time, and wished people back. I don't think they could do that. Why do I have a feeling like if that ever happened, the Dragon Balls would be stone in that timeline, because there's no Piccolo, there's no Kami. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I feel like it's one of those like questions where, you know, like for some of our favorite movies and TV shows where there are certain questions we want to ask, but then people go, don't think too deep into this. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe that would be a good theory. You know, like, why don't you take the Dragon Balls to another timeline? I have a feeling they'll turn stone because there's no Guardian in that timeline, you know? But yeah, before we go, as everyone in the comment section has reminded me, we have got to do something we call a hydration check. For those who are tuning in for the first time, a hydration check is literally just that. You get your favorite beverage of choice, preferably water, agua, whatever it may be, and then we just chug. And we chug and we chug until we get to the bottom, or until we reasonably can handle this shit. That way we stay hydrated. You know what I'm saying? But, oh, wow. Reed says because it would cause a Nexus event and the TVA would show up and arrest him. I like that. I like that interpretation. There we go. So, yeah, guys, get your favorite beverage of choice. Beverage, not vodka. Beverage. And we're just going to chug this shit on the count of 3. All right? All right. 1, 2, 3. Hydration check. Whew, there we go. All right. I feel so much more like fluid, you guys. I feel like there's so much energy. I'm energetic. But one last thing before we go, you guys. One last thing. I know it's not the same as Twitch, but what I think would be really cool is if we go over to oh damn, you hear them right now. If we go over to the homie Fun Speculation stream, Mav, and we just do like a little bit of a stream bomb, a stream raid, you know, flood their comment section saying like, you know, what up, how y'all doing? Like, shout out to Xbox Ultimate, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave the link in the chat right here. So yeah, we're just gonna go over to this. Just finished drinking some air. Hey yo, this man's gulping the air. Pause. This man said Henny. Oh damn, Angel, don't you got work tomorrow? But yeah, so we're gonna go over to that stream right now, guys, and we're just going to bombard them. Is the link working? Did the link work? Let me see. Yeah, the link works, so we're just gonna go over there and bombard them. So I'm doing it right now. I'm doing it right now, you guys. So there we go. I'm in the chat right now. I just left a comment right there. So yeah, if y'all can go ahead and show the homies some love, because that's what we do in this community, man. We show love to all our people. And last minute $5 super chat coming in from Jackson. So bring Piccolo from the future timeline in with the Dragon Balls. You see, I don't know, man. I feel like we're just thinking too deep, too far into this shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would work because it's not the guardian of that timeline. You know, at least that's what I think anyway. I don't think it works as linear. You know what I'm saying? Because it still branches off and does something different. And I think they've also accepted their fate. You know what I'm saying? Like, they accepted their fate that, you know, listen, all of our friends are gone and they're dead. And that's, this is life now. Because then you have to start thinking about what'll happen with Super and all that stuff. So, yep. There we go. But yeah, guys, I'm going to, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that link and show the homies on Xbox Ultimate some love. I'm signing off of here for tonight, you guys. Again, thank you all so much for coming to the stream. Thank you guys so much for, I just slammed this can of Diet Coke. Thank you guys coming to the stream. Thank you all for the super chats, and you guys just have a fantastic fucking weekend. If you live here in the United States, happy 4th of July. Hope you guys have fun. Stay safe. And for me to you for now, my name is NGS signing out, and like always, I will catch you guys later. Peace.